Germany to sanction Iranian airliner over spying claims. For months now, European countries have called for concrete action against entities linked to Iranian intelligence. Mahan Air reportedly maintains close ties to an elite group of Iran's security services. The German government has prepared sanctions against Iranian airliner Mahan Air in connection to Iran's illegal activities in Europe, including the discovery of a spy working as a translator for the country's armed forces, German media reported on Monday. European authorities have imposed punitive measures against Iran's intelligence and security ministry for thwarted attacks and assassination attempts against Iranian opposition in France, Denmark, the Netherlands, and other EU countries. Israel confirms launching airstrikes against Iranian forces in Syria. The Israeli military confirmed early on January 21st that it attacked Iranian military targets in Syria, hours after Israeli forces carried out rare daylight airstrikes near Damascus International Airport. The statement was issued shortly after Israeli missile defenses intercepted an incoming missile over the Golan Heights in the wake of the Israeli airstrikes. The bombardment hit Iranian and Syrian targets around Damascus, as well as a military airport to the south of the capital, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said. The Israeli military statement said, "We have started striking Iranian Quds targets in Syrian territory." Mother of Iranian protester who died in custody says her son was murdered. The mother of Sina Gambari, a 23-year-old man who suspiciously died in the quarantine ward of Evin prison in January 2018, says her son was murdered. Regretting her one-year silence, Fatima Malayan Nejad said, "My son did not commit suicide. He was beaten in prison. When I took my son's body, they did not allow me to speak, but I would have spoken. I was to prove Sina's innocence so that I can finally find peace in my heart." She continued, "It is not possible that a young man with such a spirit would commit suicide. 6 days after Sina's arrest, just on his 22nd birthday, an officer called me and said that your child has committed suicide. My son had planned his birthday a month earlier. How could he take his own life on his birthday?" Iran's chief of police warns of unrest on regime's 40th birthday. Iran's chief of police said that dissidents were planning to create unrest in the regime's 40th anniversary ceremony on February 11th. In a report titled "Chief of Police Reveals the Enemy's Efforts in Disrupting February 11th Ceremony," the ISNA state-run news agency quoted Hossein Ashtari as saying that the regime had to be on alert in case of street protests. The chief police said, "Dissident groups and the enemy intended to create unrest and insecurity in the country in 2018, but they failed to reach their goals due to divine powers." This of course did not mention the fact that there were more than 9,000 protests in 2018, which were crushed by security forces. Iranian MP. Removal of 4 zeros from currency has no effect on citizens' purchasing power. The removal of 4 zeros from Iran's national currency has no effect on the economy and the purchasing power of the citizens, the chairman of the Iranian Parliament's Economic Commission said in an interview with ISNA. Mohammad Reza Pour Abrahimi said, "This only simplifies our calculations and keeping accounts."